Hey there, tennis fans. I'm Grace Carter, and this is Tennis Now, presented by Tennis Express. Tennis Express, order today, and it ships today. For the first time in a really long time, Norway has bragging rights on the tennis tour. One of their own is on fire, and he is soaring up the rankings. His name is Casper Ruud, and he is having a heck of a year. He's the first player from Norway to crack the ATP's top 10, and he's also the youngest player inside the top 10. Right now, Ruud is leading the ATP Tour with 5 titles in 2021, and he's won his first career title on hard court. So, just how high is the ceiling for Casper Ruud? Norway doesn't have a great tradition when it comes to top tennis players, but it does have Casper's father and coach, Christian, a former world number 39. Apparently, Christian is a very good coach because his son is looking like a bona fide tour de force at the age of 22. Ruud made headlines this summer, winning titles in Bastad, Gstaad, and Kitzbühel in 3 consecutive weeks to become the first player to lift 3 trophies in as many weeks since Andy Murray in October of 2011. He took some heat from one of his longtime critics after that amazing winning streak. Aussie Nick Kyrgios accused Ruud of stealing points by playing those tournaments. Well, you play, you win, you get points. But Nick was disqualified from a match with Ruud in Rome back in 2019. Maybe he's still mad about that. But Kyrgios and others have labeled Ruud a clay court specialist because that's where he's had a lot of success. But that seems to be changing. Ruud spends a lot of time training at the Rafa Nadal Tennis Academy in Mallorca. It is paying off. He is an absolute force on the clay, compiling a 28-5 record on the surface with 4 titles in 2021. But he is also coming along quite nicely on the hard courts. Nadal learned to make his heavy topspin game effective on faster surfaces, and the Norwegian wants to follow that same blueprint. He says he is inspired by Nadal and says there is a lot to be learned just by watching Rafa train. Ruud says if Rafa goes 100% of intensity in matches, he goes 120% in practice. He says training with Nadal has taught him to go for bigger shots and to play with more risk in practice, and that attitude has translated to his match play. He says when he practices with Rafa, he gets pushed around a lot and is usually pretty exhausted after a couple of hours. Well, the time with Nadal has certainly paid off, and at 22 years of age, Ruud's future is looking very bright, especially now that he's winning on hard court. Last week in San Diego, Ruud claimed his first ATP title on the surface, defeating Andy Murray, Lorenzo Sonego, Grigor Dimitrov, and Cameron Norrie, improving his record on the season to a jaw-dropping 47-12. If you're looking for a stat to demonstrate just how vastly Ruud has improved on hard courts, here it is. Ruud entered 2021 with 16 hard court wins to his name. Already this year, he's won 17 hard court matches and lost only 5. So what does it all mean? It means that Casper Ruud could be headed even higher in the rankings. Anybody who's watched him play this season has to be impressed by the improvements that he's made, especially to his serve and to his backhand. More than ever, Casper Ruud is looking like a complete package. We think he's a future top 5 player for sure, and if he keeps improving, maybe even number 1. Have you watched him? And if so, what do you think about the year he's having and his future rankings? Drop us your thoughts in the comment section below, and thanks for watching Tennis Now TV. I'm Grace Carter. We'll see you next time.